Hello Ready Steady Freefrommers. So today we are making lemon curd. This is going to be dairy free and refined sugar free. So let's get cooking. So here I have a medium sized saucepan, okay, and in it we are going to put a half a cup of honey. Then we're putting half a cup of lemon juice and lemon rind. So it's actually the juice and rind of two medium-sized lemons. They weren't especially large, but they weren't small. So do 2 lemons and you should have about half a cup. So give that a little mix. Now we are going to add in the egg yolks. There are 6 egg yolks here. And I did accidentally put a bit of white in there, but I'm not going to worry about that because I know there are recipes out there with egg white in, so don't worry if you get confused like I did. So there is about half an egg white in there as well, but I'm not worried. We need to put this in cold because otherwise it'll start to cook the eggs, and we want to slowly cook the eggs with the mixture. So everything's going into the pan, so 6 egg yolks here. And give that a bit of a mix. So I'm going to give that quite a good mix before I get it on the heat. This recipe is from Danielle Walker, Against All Grain, and so we all owe all credit to her on this. So there we are, that's mixed nicely now. Now I'm just going to let you know that the egg whites I've saved, I'm going to pop these in a zip bag and I'm going to freeze them, because I'm going to actually be using this lemon curd to make a lemon meringue pie, which will be next week's recipe. And this will be the lemon curd that we'll use for that recipe. So now we're going to move to the stove. Okay, we're over the stove now and we're going to put it on a medium heat, and we're going to constantly mix it while it's on this heat for about 4 to 5 minutes until the mixture thickens. Now don't worry about the lumps because we're going to sieve this afterward. Okay, now it's simmering away and it's already starting to thicken. Now simmer as a gentle bubble at the sides. You don't want it rolling, so if the mixture is rolling with lots of big bubbles, you need to turn the heat down a bit. Okay, so I've taken it off of the heat. It was just under 4 minutes that I did it for, but it did thicken up quicker than I thought it was going to. So probably about 3 minutes it had thickened. But it's really important not to take your eye off of this because it could catch and burn and then it will all be ruined. So it's important just to keep it moving while it's cooking. So there we have it. We're now going to sieve it. Okay, so I just realised I've forgotten to put the salt in. So it's only a pinch, so we're just going to add that in now. Okay, and while it's still hot, you were supposed to put it in at the beginning, all right? So my bad. So we'll just mix that round to dissolve that salt. Don't want any nasty surprises with any mouthful. So here I have a regular bowl and a sieve, and so we're just going to sieve the mixture through it. Pouring it straight from the pan, straight into the sieve. Got a lovely lemony smell here, as you'd expect. So we're just going to move it now, just gently, through the sieve, into the bowl. And you might be able to see it's quite a loose mixture. Okay, so what we've got left in here, well, hang on. Just going to scrape the underside of the sieve because there's lots of lemon curd sitting there and we don't want to lose that. Okay, so in there you can see there's little bits of egg white. That's why I wasn't too worried about the egg white, and the little bits of lemon there that's kind of congealed and not gone through. It's just congealed in with the thicker mixture with the egg whites, and so that's not gone through, so that's fine. So it makes for a nice smooth lemon mixture. So I'm going to show you the texture. Okay, so it's pretty runny. Okay, it's trying to think of how thick it is really. It's not as runny as water or milk. It's thicker than that. it's like a runny sauce, I guess. So now we're going to add the final ingredient, which is palm shortening. Now in the UK we use Trex, and so that is a dairy-free option, and that's what we're going to use to pop into this to help it to thicken and to set. So we're just going to pop it in now while it's hot. Now if you wanted a non-dairy free option, you could absolutely put butter in instead of this. I don't know if coconut oil or ghee would work in this, because I've never done that. I've only ever used palm shortening or butter. Butter, of course, gives it that lovely buttery taste, but if you can't eat butter, then this is a fantastic alternative. So we're just going to mix that around until it's all melted in. Okay, so there we have it. So it's a little bit thicker than it was before, but remember we're going to refrigerate this, and so it's going to go a lot thicker than it is. So we're going to pop it in the fridge now and wait for it to cool off, and then we'll have a look at it again. So if you were going to put this in a jar and eat it out of the jar, then I would say transfer it to the jar now, okay, and then put it in the fridge and let it harden in the jar. If you're going to use it like I'm going to use it for a lemon meringue pie, then I'm going to leave it in this dish, and then we can use it when we're ready to make the pie. So there's no point in me putting it in a jar. To get a jar ready, you would just need to get a regular jar and pour boiled water from the kettle, still hot, you know, freshly boiled, straight into the jar and onto the lid. You know, put the lid in a bowl and soak it in the hot water and leave it there for 10 minutes. And that sterilises the jar and the lid, and then you can pop it all in once you've rinsed it all, once you've emptied the jar of the water, obviously. So I can't help but do a little cheeky taste test because it just smells so good. So I am actually just going to dip my finger in it. Lemon curd is one of my absolutely favourite things, and lemon meringue pie is my #1 favourite dessert. When I switched to eating the way that I do, I never thought I'd be able to eat lemon meringue pie again, but I found a way and I found a recipe, and it's just absolutely fantastic. So this, it just ignites all those taste buds, you know, that lemony taste with the sweetness and the sourness. It's just beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to put it in the fridge now before I eat the whole lot, so that I've still got some for the lemon meringue pie later. So I'll come back once it's set, and then we'll have a look to see the thickness of it, and we'll do a cheeky taste test again. Okay, so here we are back. It's about an hour later, and this is the lemon curd in the bowl. So you can see it's an awful lot thicker than it was before. So this is about the consistency that we're going to get, and this is cold now. So let's do a cheeky taste test. It's so good. That is lush. It's going to be amazing with the pastry and the meringue. My mouth's watering at the thought. My mouth's watering at the lemon curd. So, lemon curd, easy peasy, dairy free, refined sugar free, and really lush. So have fun making it, and like, comment, share, and I will see you next time in the kitchen.